Good evening. On the world news tonight from BGI TV Currents, the headlines. NLC threatens nationwide shutdown for country if petrol price goes up. Military never received any coup requests. Defense headquarters. Judicial Council denies relinquishing statutory powers to governors. Customs intercepts ammunition en route Niger Republic in Ogun. Probe Kyari, Nigerians desire to know through petrol landing costs, PDP. And on sport, NPFL season kick-off dates postponed. I am Morire Rebila Lawa. The news shortly. The Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) has threatened a comprehensive and indefinite nationwide shutdown of the country if there is any further hike in pump price of petrol from the current 617 naira per litre. Information report that NLC President Joe Ajaero made the threat while speaking at the African Trade Union Alliance meeting in Abuja on Monday. He said that the union would not hesitate to declare a strike if the government does not listen to its demands. Oil marketers have warned that the cost of petrol could rise to between 680 naira and 720 naira per litre in the coming weeks if the dollar continues to trade at 910 naira to 950 naira at the parallel market. They have also said that dealers seeking to import petrol are being forced to put the plans on hold due to the scarcity of foreign exchange to import the commodity. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (Nnpcl) announced in July that the pump price of petrol had increased to at least 617 naira per litre. This was after the government removed the subsidy on petrol. However, IPMAN President Chinedu Okoronko said that since the removal of subsidy, the pump price of petrol is no longer determined by the government, but by the market's forces and dollar to naira exchange rate. He said that it could not determine the exact amount the fuel price would go to, but that it would continue to skyrocket as long as the dollar keeps rising in the foreign exchange markets. Okoronko said that Nigerians need to find an alternative to petrol, such as compressed natural gas, CNG. He said that CNG is the best alternative because it is less expensive and more environmentally friendly than petrol. So we need to see how we can get an alternative as the penalty to the fuel price increase. Members of IPMAN use compressed natural gas, CNG, and will believe it is the best alternative. The pressure on the naira is so much and the international markets dictate it, also not helping matters. The defense headquarters, as described as false and disturbing, report that the armed forces of Nigeria received requests to effect change of leadership in the country. This is contained in a statement by the Director of Defense Information, Brigadier General Tuku Gusau, on Sunday in Abuja. Gusau said that armed forces never received nor made such declaration at any time to anyone or any group. We believe this statement came from those who do not wish the nation well. The National Judicial Council denied a letter that allegedly suggested it that relinquished its legal authority and duties over George advancements and nominations to state governors. The NJC asserted that neither the council nor the CJN, who serves as the council chairman, sent a letter written to the Chief Judge of Kebbi State and apparently signed by Justice Olukayode Ariwola, the Chief Justice of Nigeria. The first letter contained not a shred of reality, according to a statement made on Sunday by Soji Oye, the NJC's Director of Information. The fake letter stated that under Section 10 of the existing law of Kebbi State 1996, His Excellency the Governor has the power to determine the seniority of judges, and the National Judicial Council has no power to override or reverse the decision of His Excellency. For clarification and avoidance of doubt, the National Judicial Council hereby emphatically disclaimed the letter as there is no iota of truth in it and no such letter ever emanated from the office of the Chief Justice of Nigeria or the Council. He urged the citizens to discontinue the letter and its content. Oye said that the matter had been reported to security operatives for investigation. Meanwhile, the Council has reported the unfortunate case to relevant security agencies with a view to investigate and bring to book whoever is behind this dastardly act, the statement added. Barely a week after the acting Controller General of Nigeria Customs Service, Adewale Adeniyi, put the command on a red alert against movement of firearms, operatives of the Ogun Area 1 Command at the office and service over the weekend intercepted a 20 sacks of ammunition en route to the neighboring Niger Republic. The sacks, which contained a total number of 1,245 rounds of live cartridges, was intercepted alongside another 2 or 3 bags of foreign parboiled rice, each weighing 50 kg, at the Døwn axis of Yewa South local government area of Ogun State. Addressing journalists on Monday in Abeokuta, the state capital customs controller for the Area 1 Command, Bamidele Makinde, said the contrabands were intercepted at around 24 hours of Friday, August 12, 2023, by the roving B team of the service, which was on a routine patrol on the border. Makinde disclosed that the smugglers resorted to abandoning the contraband at the bush path of Tombolo Junction, an exit between Nigeria and Republic of Benin, after a hot chase by the anti-smuggling operatives of the command. Information recalls that the Customs Controller General Adeniyi had 2 weeks ago charged the NCS Ogun Area 1 Command, Idiroko Border, to be extra vigilant on their duties, stressing that criminals wanting to make supplies to the Niger Republic might want to explore other borders with lesser vigilance to achieve their aims. Makinde explained that his command had a thorough credible intelligence got a planned movement of some prohibited items into the country from Republic of Benin by some scrupulous elements, and his command deployed necessary arsenal to counter the plans. During examination of the seized vehicles and items, about 1,245 rounds of 70 mm ammunition of live, Trust, Supreme, and registered branded cartridges were found to have been ingeniously concealed in 29 bags of the seizure. While considering the potential danger of ammunition of such magnitude of unsuccessful smuggled in, we redoubled our effort to ensure that do not find their ways into Nigeria, he stated, emphasizing that such contrabands constitute serious threat to the safety of the border communities and the national security. However, Makinde reiterated the commitment of the Ogun Area 1 Command under its watch towards ensuring maximum security of Nigeria's borderline with all sense of patriotism, disclosing further that the contraband were loaded in 5 old vehicles of Toyota Camry brands. He gave the duty payable value, DPV, of the seizures as 18 million naira, stressing that the investigation was still ongoing towards unraveling the cartel behind the crime. A member of the People Democratic Party (PDP) National Presidential Campaign Council, Adetokunbo Pierce, says Nigerians have a right to know the actual landing cost of petrol in the country. Dr. Pierce, speaking, says on Monday that a thorough scrutiny should be carried out on the managing director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company (Nnpcl), Mele Kyari, over the fluctuation of loading and landing costs. The way you solve a problem is to go to the source. Let the president go and interrogate Nnpcl and let us find out. Announce to the country what the landing cost is. 2, that we know exactly what we can make and how much we can sell oil that will not cripple the economy. That's what we need to do, he said. He lamented that going back to the Nnpc would affect the landing cost of imported fuel. When you go to the Nnpcl, you will find out that the landing cost is low. The price that is given, the landing cost at one point was 50 naira per liter. Now it's about 150 naira per liter. According to the Lagos State Coordinator, Atiku Okrowo Presidential Campaign Support Group, the emergence of the Dangote Petroleum Refinery and the repair of local refineries ought to reduce the landing cost of the product, in contrast to the Nnpcl boss comments. The National Emergency Management Agency (NEMA) says 19 states and 56 communities across the country will likely witness heavy rainfall that can lead to flooding within the month. Mr. Ibrahim Familoye, Lagos Territorial Coordinator (NEMA), disclosed this in a statement on Monday in Lagos. He listed the states and communities as Delta, Abo, Ekiti State, Ado-Ekiti, Ondo State, Akure, Idonre, Ifon, Iju, Itaogbolu, Ogbese, Owo, Owena, Ondo. Others, he said, include Lagos State, Apapa, Badagry, Etiosa, Ikeja, Ikorodu, Ikoyi, Lagos Island, Ojo, Surulere, Anambra, Atani, Ogun, Ifo, Otas, Shagamu, Nasarawa State, Lafia, Wamba, and Cross River, Ikom, and Ogoja. Familoye also listed Bauchi State, Jamare, Misau, Azare, Ites, Kafin Madaki, Kari, Kirfi, Tafabalewa, Katungun, Jigawa, Adeja, Miga, Osun State, Ilesha, Oshobo, and Kwara, Kosuposo. The rest, he said, are Zamfara, Anka, Bungudu, Gusau, Sokoto State, Goroyo, Adamawa, Numan, Shalen, Taraba, Sati, Benue, Ito, Katsina Ala, Wende, Ikya, Imo State, Oguta, Olu, and Abia State, Uba. Gunmen have razed the country home of the traditional ruler of Nnpc, Aron Dizogo, community in the Idiato North Local Government area of Imo State, Eze, Kano, Ikenolo. Information gathered that the development has caused panic in the community as villagers, including the monarch's family members, fled into the bush. Correspondent on ground gathered that the attackers threw explosives into the mansion, burning the house, vehicles parked within the compound, and other belongings. A villager told correspondent on condition of anonymity that properties worth millions of naira were destroyed by the arsonists. The palace of His Royal Highness Eze Ikenolu, the Eze of Nnpc, has been invaded by gunmen and the people are in the bushes now, he said. The source lamented that policemen were yet to arrive at the village as of the time he was talking with correspondent with his report, or the Aron Dizogo no longer part of Imo. The State Police Public Relations Officer, Henry Okoye, who confirmed the arson to correspondent, said frantic efforts are on top gear to arrest the arsonists and bring them to justice. Armed bandits early on Monday again attacked the headquarters of Bungudu, local government area of Zamfara State, killing one person and abducting 7 others. A resident of Bungudu town, Ishaq Bungudu, informed that the armed bandits stormed the town with deadly weapons, shooting sporadically, and killed one person in the process. According to him, 7 other persons were abducted, including the son of Emir of Bungudu, Abdurrahman Hassan, and the former state program officer of International Fund for Agricultural Development, IFAD, Abubakar S. Father Bungudu. Ishaq Bungudu lamented the incessant attacks on the local government headquarters by armed bandits, despite being the closest local government to the state capital, so he urged the state governor, Døwn Lawal, to, as a matter of urgency, appoint security aides. We are being attacked almost on a daily basis now, despite being close to Gusau, the state capital. We don't know what is going on. Government is not saying anything. It does not even have security aides since it was sworn in. It should appoint security aides so that people will know who to call during distress time. We don't even know what to do. The bandits will just enter the middle of the town and kill people. It is really disturbing. Bungudu also attributed the incessant attacks on the local government headquarters and neighboring communities to a bandit enclave allocated around one community at an outskirts of the town, but questioned why security agencies have not been able to dislodge the bandits and destroy their hideouts. Moving on to foreign story. Niger military junta on Monday announced plans to prosecute the Pole's President Mohamed Bazoum for high treason and undermining national security. Bazoum has been held in the basement of his palace since the military staged a palace coup about 3 weeks ago. Bazoum was in a good spirit despite being held in difficult conditions, his doctor said after a visit. Saturday's visit was approved amid growing international demand for Bazoum's release. But the junta said in a statement on state TV that it had gathered evidence to prosecute the deposed president, as well as his local and foreign accomplices for high treason and undermining the internal and external security of Niger. It did not give further details. Bazoum, 63, is being held captive with his wife and son, and there were growing concerns about their health. Finally, on sport from the home side. The 2023-2024 Nigeria Professional Football League season kick-off date has been postponed. The new season was earlier scheduled for Saturday, August 26th. Information learned that the new kick-off date has now been fixed for September 8 to 10, 2023. The postponement was caused by the need to put the proper logistics in place to ensure a hitch-free competition. Meanwhile, the draw ceremony for the new season will hold in Lagos on Thursday. Eyimba won the title for a record 9 times last season. With that sports story, we've come to the end of today's world news. Before we go, some headlines. NLC threatens nationwide shutdown of country if petrol price goes up. Military never received any coup requests. Defense headquarters. Judicial Council denies relinquishing statutory powers to governors. Custom intercept ammunition en route Niger Republic in Ogun. On sport, NPFL's start season kick-off date postponed. For more updates of our broadcast on YouTube, our handle is BGI TV Current. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell. Select option all to access all of our broadcasts. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. Thank you for watching. I am Morire Rebila Lawa. Good evening.